Good morning, students. In today's class of retail management, we'll continue with the discussion on the topic retail store location. In the previous class, we started our discussion on retail store location. After discussing what is retail store location, we also started the discussion regarding what are the factors that should be kept in mind while deciding the retail store location. Now, we have discussed four factors, important factors, and the remaining we'll be discussing today. So when we say retail store location, it means the actual site or the place where the retail store will be located or situated. So after deciding the format, what format of retail store we are going to open, then we have to decide upon the retail store location. And this retail store location, this is based on certain factors that should be kept in our mind while uh, finalizing this retail store location. The first factor that is important while deciding the retail store location is the selection of the area. So when you're deciding to open a retail store location, you have to decide upon the country, the region, and the uh, trading area and the neighboring area. That is the selection of the area that where we are going to open the retail store. This has to be done very cautiously because this determines the amount of business, the amount of traffic flow, amount the customers visiting the store, and the amount of business that is going to generate. Depending upon this selection of the area only, we can understand how far our business will be growing in the future. So the potential business will also be determined depend upon the selection of the area. And suppose, let me give an example. Like suppose you are going to open a very posh apparel store, then we are going to open at the center of the city in a high commercial street where the number of people visiting the store or the visibility of the store will be more, it will be well connected, and the people will be interested in purchasing costly apparels from that particular store. But if you open the same store, posh apparel store, in a very rural area where the people do not have that much earnings to buy those posh apparel or costly apparel, the fate of that retail outlet will be doomed. So the first thing that has to be kept in mind while deciding upon the retail store location is the selection of the area. Then come to the selection of the site. The particular, after deciding the particular area or the trade area, we have to decide the particular site or the place where the store will be. It is very important because this will ensure that the people will be visiting the store more, that the particular site should have all facilities, it should be well connected, there should be proper parking facilities should be there, and the particular site should be as per the various rules and regulations of the government. All these things that has to be kept in the mind while deciding the choosing the particular site where we are going to open the retail store location. Now, the third thing that comes to our mind that should be kept in the mind is the scale of operation. The scale of operation means what is the amount of investment we are going to make, what is the size of the retail outlet, how much we are going to invest, and how big the retail outlet will be. And when we say the scale of operation is also depends upon our monetary condition, the financial status we are having, the amount of money we can invest, and the risk bearing capacity of us. Because if we are not very risk bearing, then we will be deciding. And then also we have to decide in the scale of operation is that whether we are going to go for a self owned retail outlet or we are going to have this leased out retail outlet. So all these things should be kept in mind while entering into the business of retail, and the scale of operation should be decided. Then the fourth important point that is very important while deciding the retail site location is to see whether the place is properly connectivity and the ease of traffic flow. Because the retail site should be located in a place which is has proximity to this residential areas, because people from these residential areas will only buy products. So This is also very important. The amount of connectivity, the public transport available is very important. We have also discussed that there was an example of Karol Bagh where that place is very properly connected through rail roads and constitutes of many people who will be visiting the place, particular Karol Bagh, for making purchases. So it is a well-connected area. Now coming to these are the points which I've discussed in the previous class. In today's class, we'll discuss the fifth point that is very important, that is in the factors affecting the establishment of the retail outlet is the cost effectiveness. We have to decide that how far the place is cost effective to us, how much cost it will be to incur, it will incur to us, and it is very important because this will decide the profitability of the outlet. An important factor to be considered before taking the decision on a particular site is the cost consideration. So this is the also one of the things, important factor that should be kept in mind, should be considered while deciding upon the particular site. This is the how much cost it will be putting on us. A retailer must remember that the so-called good site is always a costly affair, and the retailer should try to go for that because ignorance or to such site may be the reason for failure of a store. Sometimes, sorry, when we say a good site or a choice for the retail store, whenever we say it's a good site, it will be a very costly effort because it will be very it will not be cheap because it is well connected, it has good visibility, it has all parking and other facilities, it is as per the rules and regulations of the government. So obviously the particular retail site will be very costly. But we generally, some retailers, they don't want to opt for a very costly retail site or retail outlet, so they generally they go for a cheaper choice of site, which will be a little bit cheaper, but sometimes it will be the reason for the failure of the retail outlet, because we want a very good retail outlet site which will be properly connected, ease of traffic flow is there, visibility there, parking facilities are there, all these things are there. So see that maximum people can visit the store and can purchase from the store. This is very important. So even if the site is very costly, if it is a good site, then we should opt for it rather than deciding that we'll go for a cheaper site, we'll save some money, and we will make our business, still make our business. So this is a very wrong initiative, and sometimes this is the reason for the failure of the store. A retailer may manage the funds to have such site, but one should not be forgotten the space lost is a combination of mortgage, rent, facilities, leasehold improvement, usual decoration, wear and tear, insurance, security, and so on. So the retailer has to manage the funds, because if you're going for a good side, there are a lot of things that should not be forgotten, should be kept in mind. That is, it is the combination of mortgage or rent, whether you are taking out, it's a mortgage property, means you are see whether the property is mortgaged to the bank or it is on rent, the various facilities that is available in the particular site, what is the improvement that is done, or what is the improvement that's still pending that is to be done, the kind of decoration of the site is there, interior or exteriorly, how, what is the wear and tear of the site of the building, because that will determine a lot of cost to the retailer. Sometimes what is the insurance and the security on the particular, whether it is insured for fire and other things. So all these things, insurance, security, what is the security features or facilities that is available. So all these things should be kept in mind while deciding the whether the site is a good site. And we should also keeping this thing in mind, only the retailer should think that whether the site is cost effective or not, because all these things are very necessary for operating the retail outlet. Therefore, selecting the site location only on the basis of cost factor alone may be risky. So when we are saying that a particular site is very cost effective and we should take it, this should not be done. All these things should be kept in mind, whether it is mortgaged or not, rent facilities, other facilities available, leasehold improvements, the usual decoration, insurance, security, wear and tear of the building of the outlet. All these things should be kept in mind, and they should not settle for a cheap site, because it is the main reason why some people do not have that much business. We have to be cost effective, but we have to keep all the other things we have discussed now to be kept in mind while deciding a particular site. So this is very important. Then Another point that is important, another factor that is affecting the establishment of the retail outlet is the presence of competitors. We have to see whether the store is a standalone store or whether there are competitors in the particular trading area. While selecting the site, it is beneficial to check the compatibility of the retail store with the other nearby retail stores in the area. We have to see whether our store is compatible with other retail stores that are still already present in that area. This is very important. It includes analyzing the type and the number of competitors, other industrial parks, shopping complexes, franchise chains, individual stores, and other department stores. So a thorough check has to be done regarding the presence of competitors, in various industrial parks, shopping complex, franchise stores or chains, individual stores or other departmental stores that are present in the area, because these are the people who will be sharing, with whom we will be sharing the traffic of the customers. So you should be able to understand and gauge the amount of competition that is prevailing in the particular area, and you have to see whether you will be able to get a share out of this traffic of consumers. So this is very important. So we have to understand the presence of competitors. Setting up a new store among established competition means new store will have its market share from the existing ones. Yes, obviously, when you are opening the store where already competition is available, then you have to share, you get a share from the existing consumers in the market. There's a visiting the particular area. So while deciding the particular site of the retail outlet, we have to see the presence of competitors in the area. For the intense competitive area, a newcomer must come with unique merchandise, wide merchandise assortment, and high customer service, high level customer service. So if you are opening, you are a newcomer in the particular area which is already prevalent with, or there is a presence of a lot of competitors who are already sharing major shares in the area, then you, while you enter into the market, you open your shop newly, then you have to see that the kind of merchandise that is being provided by you is very of unique characteristics, and the merchandise, that is assortment of merchandise that is being provided by you is of a wide variety, so that the people will be interested to visit your store because they will be get a wide variety of assortment. They will be getting unique merchandise which are not, they are not getting from the other competitors prevalent in the that market. And also you have to customize the relationship with the consumers. There should be high level of customer service. The people should feel welcome and they should be interested to come and visit the store. So the high level of customer service. So these are the three things: unique merchandise, wide assortment of merchandise, and high level of customer service. This is very important if we want to succeed in the market and make our get a share in the market, make our place in the market. And even though the competitors are present in the market, all the presence of competitors is not always a very bad thing. This means that when a lot of things, competitors are available, this means that the person can come, the consumers can come and visit various shops and can buy as per their requirement. This shows that the consumers are, there is a good traffic flow of consumers in that particular area. So the presence of competitors is always not a bad thing, but we should be ready to face these competitors by providing unique characteristics of merchandise, a wide assortment of the merchandise, and also by providing high level of customer service. So after this, another factor that is affecting the establishment of a retail outlet is the source of supply. So what is the source of supply? From where do you get your merchandise? This is very important because the supply will be very important in deciding where to open the retail site. The wholesaler and the manufacturers from whom goods are to be purchased must be selected carefully. The people from where we are getting our merchandise, the wholesalers, the manufacturers, we have to decide them very judiciously and carefully. Availability of supplies, reputation of the brand, price range, distance from the shop, means of transport, etc. should be considered. So while deciding the source of supply, you have to decide that what is the availability of supplies. So if you're opening your store in a very commercial street, so what will be the availability of supplies, the reputation of the brands, what are the kind of brands of merchandise you are keeping, the price range of the merchandise you are keeping, the distance from the shop, means the wholesalers and manufacturers place the distance from the shop to see that you are regularly supplied with the assortment of merchandise you require for the store, the means of transport that is available to see that the supply can easily reach your store. This is very important. So all these things has to be kept in mind while deciding the source of supply. Apart from this, another factor that is impacting the establishment of a retail outlet will be index of retail saturation. Means how much the area is saturated. So the competition exists when more than one store compete for the same segment, market segment or target market. Obviously, when more than one retail outlet is present who is competing for the same target market or for the same market segment, then there will be competition. In some situation, a firm might likely to be the only one of its type in a given market area. This is particularly the case of specialty or convenience good. While opening up a specialty and convenience good, sometimes a firm might be the only one or the type in the particular given area. On some other occasions, however, good strong competition will enhance the overall business potential of a given area because it will draw shoppers from great distance to compare the prices or stores. Sometimes it is important to see that the index of saturation, how much the competition level that is existing. However, sometimes it may be good to have a standalone store where you will the only shop will be providing the particular merchandise or the assortment of merchandise to the consumers. But sometimes there are certain stores. These standalone stores are very good for specialty or convenience store, but when it comes to certain stores like apparel stores, then there you have to open your shop in an area where there is already strong competition and other competitors are present selling the same kind of merchandise, because this is the main reason behind this, that when you are opening the shop with the other competition available in the area, then it will be a very good reason for the consumers to visit the particular area, to come to that area, trading area, and then visit all the stores to get the merchandise as per their requirement, as per their choice, as per their price range, as per their brand preference. All these things is very important. So the customers will be drawn to the particular area, the trading area, only from great distance. They will be coming to that area in order to buy products or merchandise from the stores. So because they will be having this upper advantage of comparing the prices and the merchandise available in various stores. So you have to decide whether your store should be a standalone store or it will be between a market where there is strong competition. This is particularly the case with the goods for which people are often make shopping comparisons. Like I've already said, when you are opening the retail store in a place where there is a lot of competition, this is especially important for stores where people make shopping comparisons. Like it may be apparel store, where you can people can come and compare the prices of various apparels in various stores and then can decide upon the price range, the brand preference, the kind of assortment and the variety of merchandise they are getting. So we have to decide upon the retail in index of retail saturation in order to decide where to open our store and what would be the right place of retail site. Maps may be developed to show retail location of competitors by relative size and merchandise mix. We can also analyze this index of retail saturation by drawing up special maps by earmarking what is the relative size and the merchandise mix of the competitors, so we can see that whether we are fitting into that trading area. Another factor that is very important in establishment of the retail outlet is the infrastructure available in the area. This is very important because the infrastructure ensures that you have a very thriving retail business. We have discussed about how infrastructure including road, highways, distribution warehouses, communication facilities, and labor pool must be adequate for a country or a region. This thing we have already discussed in previous classes, that also in the previous point also we have discussed that the area should be well connected, there should be ease of traffic flow. When we say the area is well connected, we mean that the infrastructure should be very sound. There should be proper roads, highways, there should be proper distribution houses, so that the source of supply will be nearer, the communication facilities will be good, this area should be well connected so that the traffic can move in and out of that area very easily, and the labor pool must be adequate. That means it should be easy for us to get adequate labor or adequate personnel for running the retail outlet. So these things are all coming under the infrastructure, and these things should be kept in mind while opening up a retail site location. The same is even proper for a trade area analysis. This is also important for a trade area analysis, because when we are going to open a particular retail outlet, first we are going to do a trade area analysis to see whether the area is conducive enough to open our retail outlet. The legal infrastructure can also impact the trade area selected for a store. There are certain, because if the trade area is not as per the laws of the municipality or the government, then they must be having certain problems. Illegal parking or anything like that is there. If the encroachment of the building is there to public property, or then it will be a very difficult. So the infrastructure should be proper in place, and the legal infrastructure should be very proper. And this is very important, because if we are having certain legal obligations that we are not fulfilling, or legal rules and regulations we are not fulfilling, then it will be causing a lot of difficulty to run the retail outlet. The state and the local laws vary concerning the advertising, zoning, signal restrictions, sign restrictions for retailers. These things also should be kept in mind, because there are the prevailing laws of the state, or the state laws and the local laws will vary in various locality. It will be different upon the kind of advertising we can do, the zones, various zones in which we can open a retail outlet, the sign restrictions, what is the level of signs, if it is near the airport, the kind of signs will be that we can use. So the various signs restrictions are also there for retailers. All these things should be kept in mind, because we have to follow all the legal infrastructure laws, regulations that is already in place, and we cannot try to revoke them. So the state and the local laws are varying. So depending upon the laws prevailing in that particular locality, in the particular trade area, we should make the analysis and see whether the infrastructure is up to the mark, and whether we can open our shop without any problem. So this is one of the reasons that has to be kept in mind, that is the infrastructure. Another factor that is impacting or affecting the establishment of a retail outlet is the amount of capital. Then the retailer has to decide the amount of and sources of capital that at his disposal. So the retailer must decide what is the amount of capital and the source of capital he is having, and how much he can invest in the particular retail outlet. The amount of capital required depends on the size of business, the terms of trade, the availability of credit, the cost of decoration of shop, and display of goods. All these things are a vital part and vital thing, items that should be kept in mind while deciding the amount of capital that we're going to invest in the retail outlet. The amount of capital generally depends upon the size of business. If the business is of very vast size, the amount of capital required to do the business will be more. Similarly, what are the terms of trade? What are the various conditions of doing the trade? That is also important to decide the amount of capital. Certain trade required that we should have certain buffer money in hand, and we should have this buffer money. So the terms of trade also determine the amount of capital that we are going to invest in the particular retail outlet. The availability of credit, how much credit are that the retailer is having available to him, whether it is cheap, or what is the cost of this credit. This should be also decided, because if the credit if the interest rate is very high, then it will not be beneficial for the retailer to enter into a business by taking a lot of credit. So all these things has to be kept in mind. Also the cost of decoration of the shop, because it is the decoration of the shop that shows that the visibility of the store. The store should be decorated in such a way that the people are attracted to the particular store. So what is the cost involved in decoration of the shop, that is very important. And the kinds of goods that we are going to display, that is the kinds of merchandise or the product that we are going to sell in the outlet, retail outlet. This is also depend impacts the amount of capital, because if we are going to sell products or merchandise of very big brands, and also we are deciding to provide a very wide assortment of products, then also the amount of capital required to be invested by the retailer will be more. So all these things like the size of business, terms of trade, availability of credit, cost of decoration of shop, and display of goods, all these things impact the amount of capital, and depending on these things only, the amount of capital will be more or high or less. The cost of lease or owning are different in different area. Property taxes, local maintenance costs are also involved. When we say the opening of a retail outlet, we have to decide that whether we are going to open that retail outlet by owning the particular retail outlet, or we are going to lease out the retail outlet. But similarly, the cost of owning and the cost of leasing the outlet will be different for different areas. So we have to decide, and this also depends upon the landlord and the person who is selling the property. So this should be kept in mind. The property taxes, how much property taxes has to be given, what is the local maintenance cost of the retail outlet building, all these things has to be kept in mind. Because if you are going to open a retail outlet by owning the particular retail outlet, then we have to spend a lot of money in owning a retail outlet by paying all the property taxes and all the registration costs, all these things, and what are the other local maintenance costs that is required to give in the particular area. We have to maintain all these things. So the amount of capital needed to open the retail outlet will be very, very high. On the other hand, when we are leasing out a particular retail outlet, then retail side, then the amount of money required to open the particular retail outlet will be less. So we have to decide. So adequate finance is necessary for success of any business, because this amount of capital invested is very, very important, and they should also have certain cash in hand in order to maintain the business. So adequate finance is very, very important, need not to say, very, very important for the success of any business, even if it is a retail business. Another factor that is affecting the establishment of a retail outlet is the parking facility. The amount, because people are coming from very long distances to purchase from a store, or if you want that people should come in large numbers to visit your store, there should be proper parking facility available. Because if parking facility is available, then they can come and they can park their vehicles, and they can spend a lot of more time in the shop. So when they're spending a lot of time in the store, they will be making purchases. So they will be inclined to come and make purchases from a particular store, your particular store. But when parking facilities are not available, they may be not interested to come, because they will not be able to stay for long, and they will not be able to purchase a lot from the store. So parking facility thus is very important while deciding the establishment of a retail outlet. Parking is another site characteristics that is especially a cause for concern in densely populated areas. Because for the success, as we know, for the success of a retail outlet, we should decide to open the retail store in proximity to the residential area or high commercial street where it is very densely populated, population is there. But given that when we are opening the shop in these densely populated areas, the amount of parking facility available in the particular area will be less. So the parking facility is one of the very important characteristics while opening up a retail store. When evaluating the parking capacity that exists at a retail store, there are two considerations: parking capacity and parking configuration. So these are the two things that has to be kept in mind, that the retailer has to understand while opening the retail site location or deciding upon the retail site location. First is the parking capacity, the amount of parking is available. So how many vehicles can be parked, and what is the parking configuration, means whether four-wheelers, two-wheelers, three-wheelers, the amount of configuration of the various types of vehicles that can be parked in the particular place. In absence of a proper and a safe parking arrangement, customer hesitate to visit the store. When the people feel that the parking capacity or facility that has been provided is not proper, if it is not adequate and it is not safe for the vehicles to be parked at the place, the people will be hesitating to visit the store. They don't want to buy from that particular store. So this is also one of the reasons. So the parking facility is one of the primary reasons which helps in the selection of the site. For a food store, retailers throughout the globe usually apply a ratio of 3:1, which means 3 square foot parking space for every square feet of the retail store. So though no solid formula is available, generally a formula that is globally accepted is 3:1. That means for every 3 square foot of parking space, for every 1 square foot of retail store. Suppose the retail store is of 100 square feet, then the parking capacity should be of 300 square feet. So it will be 3 times the parking, the square feet of the retail store. That is for generally for food store, because if we are opening a 1000 square feet food store, that should have at least have a 3000 square feet of parking area, so that people can come to the food store and make the purchases. So this is one of the accepted industry norms that we are applying, that is globally people follow. So this parking facility is very important while deciding upon the establishment of the retail outlet. One thing may be remembered that no ratio is universal in real life sense, but it depends on the product to be sold and the place where your store will be located. So as I've already discussed, that there is no universal formula. This is generally accepted, but apart from that, also the kind of parking facility that we want also depends upon the product that we are selling, what will be the product sold, and where the place your store is located. If the place is very densely populated, a lot of already competitors are available, and it's a very prime trading area. So even if the parking facility is less, or if the parking facility is a little bit away from the trading area, then then also people will be interested to buy from the particular store or your particular trading area by parking their vehicles little bit away from the trading area. So depends upon the store place where the store you are opening and the product that you are selling, the parking facility will be provided by you. So this is one of the important factors that should be kept in mind while deciding upon the retail outlet. Another factor that is very important and affects the establishment of the retail outlet is the visibility of the store. The visibility of the store means has varied impact on the store sales potential. Obviously, when the particular shop is very visible, has proper very good visibility, that means that the people will be knowing that the presence of the store from very distant areas. So the advertisement and all will be very easy for the retailer. It is important when a shopper is trying to find the store for the first or the second time. This visibility factor is very important when the person is visiting the store newly, because once the person has visited for 1 or 2 times, then the visibility factor doesn't matter much, because if he is interested to make purchases from your retail outlet, then he will obviously come to your place and make purchase. So initially, for the first or the second time when we are drawing customers into the shop, it is very important. The visibility of the store is very important. Once the shopper has become a regular customer, visibility no longer matters. When considering visibility, look at the location from customer's point of view. We have to understand the visibility of the store from the customer's point of view, because it is the customer for whom we want to make the store visible. So we have to decide from the viewpoint of the customer. Number of customers visiting the location, number of private vehicles passing through the location, number of pedestrians visiting the location should be considered. So these things should be kept in mind. What is the number of customers visiting the particular location, the number of vehicles passing the store. So any vehicle that is passing the store, they will be having the visibility of the store, and the number of pedestrians or the people walking by the store also or visiting the store should be kept in mind, because these people will be taking a caution that the particular new store has opened. So the visibility of the store depends upon these 3 factors. In many cases, the better visibility of a retail store has, the less advertisement is required. Because obviously when the visibility of the store is very much, you need not spend a lot of money on the advertisements to show that where the shop is opened, or when you are going for any mass sales or any festival that you are doing, because this store is already visible. People know the place where the store is, so they will be inclined to visit the store. Another factor that is to be kept in mind is the legal and the regulatory environment. You also need to understand the legal and the regulatory facts that impact your industry. Some of the industries are heavily regulated, while others have minimal government regulations. Loose regulations make it easier for us to open a particular store. However, you may need to get professional or business license in some areas, or in some cases when we are going to open this retail outlet. Restrictions on working hours, noise intensity, during media promotions should be taken into consideration. So various local laws should be kept in mind about the kind of advertising we can do, for how many hours the stores can be opened, the noise intensity that we are allowed while making media promotion. This should be kept in mind. So this is one of the reasons, or one of the factors that affects the impact on the retail outlet. The last factor, factor that is affecting the establishment of a retail outlet is the personal factors. So if you plan to work in your store, think about the work-life balance issues such as the distance from the shop to home and other personal concerns. So these things should be kept in mind, because we have to decide how much distance the store is from the shop, and other personal concerns have to be kept in mind while deciding upon the retail style location. If you spend much of your time on traveling to and from work, the commute may overshadow the benefits of being their own boss. So if a lot of time is spent in commuting to the place of the retail site location, then it will be not a big deal, because there is no use, because you're already toiling a lot, and it will not be beneficial. Also, many restrictions are placed on the tenant by on a tenant by a landlord, management company, or a community can hamper the retailer's independence. Sometimes also the kind of landlord, the what is the pressure that the landlord puts, or the management company under which the retail site or the little building is, or the community, what is, how far they are collecting all this various fees for these social events, all these things has an impact on the retailer's independence. So these are the various factors that should be kept in mind while deciding upon the establishment of a retail outlet, because these things give an idea, give a picture in the mind of, create a picture in the mind of the retailer, to see whether the particular retail site that is going to be selected is right or wrong, to see that the proper business can be conducted in the particular site. So this is very important. So these are the factors that is very, very important and should be kept in mind while deciding upon the retail site location. So we have discussed these questions, the retail site location, and what are the various factors affecting it. Please go through the notes. I will be sending you the notes digitally. Go through the video. If you have any doubts, contact me. No need to panic. And finally, thank you for your attention.